The cargo bay of Nexus Station hummed with its usual rhythm, ships docking, traders haggling, and the constant chatter of 100 different species. Stein walked through the crowds with practiced ease, his military boots making soft thuds against the metal floor. The war had ended 3 years ago, but he still moved like a soldier, always alert, always scanning. He was heading back to his quarters when he heard a weak, pitiful sound that cut through the noise like a blade. Stein stopped, his scarred hand instinctively moving to where his weapon used to hang. But there was no danger here, only that sound again. A whimper. He found the source near a discarded supply crate, half hidden in shadows. At first, Stein thought it was some kind of injured animal, but as he knelt down, his breath caught. It was a dragon hatchling, no bigger than his forearm, with scales that shimmered like midnight scattered with stars. But something was wrong. One of its wings was twisted, bent at an unnatural angle, and the other was torn, barely functional. The hatchling's golden eyes met his, filled with fear and pain. Someone had left it here to die. Stein's jaw tightened. He'd seen enough cruelty during the war to last several lifetimes. Without a second thought, he scooped up the small creature, cradling it against his chest. The hatchling trembled but didn't resist. Perhaps it sensed that this human meant no harm. "Come on, little one," Stein murmured. "Let's get you somewhere safe." Visa was in her workshop when Stein knocked on her door. She was the station's best mechanic and engineer, known for her ability to fix anything from ship engines to prosthetic limbs. She'd also become Stein's closest friend since he'd arrived on Nexus Station, seeking peace after the chaos of war. "What are you?" Fiza's words died as she saw what he was carrying. Her dark eyes widened. "Is that a dragon?" "A hatchling," Stein confirmed, stepping inside. "Found him abandoned in the cargo bay. His wings are damaged. I was hoping you could help." Fiza immediately cleared her workbench, her mind already racing through possibilities. Dragons were rare, almost mythical beings. Most people went their entire lives without seeing one, and here was a baby, injured and helpless. "Put him here, gently," she instructed as Stein laid the hatchling down. Fiza examined the damaged wings with careful fingers. The creature watched her with those intelligent golden eyes, occasionally releasing small puffs of smoke from its nostrils. "This is bad," Fiza said quietly. "The left wing is malformed, probably a birth defect. The right one has tears in the membrane. He'll never fly, not without help." Stein's expression hardened. "Can you build him something? Prosthetics?" Fiza looked at him, surprise flickering across her face. "That would take months of work. Stein, custom engineering, specialized materials, and dragons grow fast. We'd need to constantly adjust." "Can you do it?" he interrupted, his gray eyes intense. She saw something in his face then, something that reminded her why she'd befriended this quiet war veteran in the first place. Beneath his hardened exterior was a man who still believed in protecting the defenseless. "Yes," Fiza said softly. "I can do it." They named him Ember after the small flames he occasionally coughed up when startled. Stein's quarters became the hatchling's home, and the veteran found himself adapting to a routine he'd never expected. He researched dragon nutrition, learned about their temperature needs, and even constructed a small heated nest near his bunk. Ember grew quickly, just as Fiza had predicted. Within weeks, he was the size of a large dog, his scales darkening to a deeper obsidian shade. His intelligence became increasingly apparent. He understood commands, showed emotions clearly, and communicated through a combination of chirps, growls, and body language. But the frustration was evident too. Ember would watch birds through the viewport, his body tense with longing. He would flex his damaged wings, trying to extend them, only to have them fold awkwardly. Each failed attempt broke something in Stein's heart. Fiza worked tirelessly in her workshop. She designed wing supports using lightweight titanium alloys, created flexible membranes from synthetic materials that mimicked dragon wing structure, and built a harness system that would distribute weight properly. She made countless adjustments, studying Ember's movements, calculating stress points, and refining her designs. Stein watched her work with quiet admiration. She never complained about the late nights or the complexity of the task. She approached it with the same dedication she brought to everything she cared about. "Why are you doing this?" he asked her one night as she calibrated sensors. Fiza didn't look up from her work. "Because he deserves a chance. Because someone should care." She paused, then added, "Because you asked." 3 months after Stein found Ember, Fiza called them to her workshop. She'd requested use of one of the station's empty cargo bays. They would need space for what came next. The prosthetic wings she'd built were masterpieces of engineering. They attached to a custom harness that fit over Ember's shoulders and chest. connecting to his natural wing structure. Neural sensors would read his muscle movements, allowing the prosthetics to respond to his intentions. The artificial wings could fold and extend, powered by miniature energy cells that would last for hours. Ready to try? Boy, Stein asked, running his hand along Ember's neck. The dragon chirped eagerly. Practically vibrating with excitement, they fitted the harness carefully, making sure every strap was secure but comfortable. Fiza activated the neural links, and immediately Ember's eyes widened. He could feel the prosthetic wings as if they were his own. He extended them experimentally. The artificial wings unfurled, spanning nearly 20 feet. They shimmered in the cargo bay's lights, a blend of technology and beauty. Then Ember jumped. For a terrifying moment, Stein thought they'd failed, but the wings caught air, powerful downstrokes lifting the dragon higher. Ember's roar of joy echoed through the bay as he soared, dipping and rising, learning the rhythm of flight. Stein felt wetness on his cheeks and realized he was crying. Beside him, Fisa was laughing, tears streaming down her own face. They'd given Ember his wings. They'd given him freedom. Months passed. Ember grew into a magnificent dragon, his prosthetic wings as much a part of him as his scales. He became a guardian of Nexus Station, protecting it from threats while remaining loyal to the two people who'd saved him. Stein found purpose again, training with Ember, ensuring the station's safety. The nightmares from the war grew less frequent. Fiza continued her work, her reputation growing, but her proudest achievement remained the disabled hatchling she'd helped to fly, and on quiet evenings, the three of them would stand at the viewport watching stars drift past, a family forged not by blood but by compassion, proof that even in the vastness of space, kindness could change everything.